Shalom Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to the true and living power, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is the true name of His only begotten Son, and there is no God beside them. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who definitely rule well, who've taught us 100% truth, and honors and salutations to the elect Akim, doing these works in sincerity and in truth. So yeah, man, I just want to get into the book of, start off with the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 16. May this lesson be edifying. It says, behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them. Okay? And who is them talking about? It's talking about the hopeful elect, right? So let's get that in the book of Matthew, chapter 4, verses 19, which says, and he saith unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men. So the fishers, the Lord sending forth fishers, is what? Being a fisher of men. You fishing men into what? Into this truth. Okay, I believe the Apostle Paul said, let me see if I can search it. He gained them, if I'm not mistaken. All right, Salakia. But pretty much how the Apostle Paul said he gained them through like beguiling them. All right. Yeah, I forget how it goes, Salakia, but that word beguile ultimately means to trick them. So fishing is the same thing. It's tricking the fish into which is bait, and it's tricking the fish, all right, into getting caught. So, you know, and for a quick example, I mean, you got Kyrie and Kanye, who ultimately brought up, who made it easier to pick people's brains for us, the hopeful elect. Lord will not be the elect, and we could use that as like a beguilement, you know, as like trickery. So hey, what'd you think about did you hear what Kyrie said? Did you hear, you know, and we could build off of that. So that's kind of like how the Apostle Paul was moving. Yeah, man, I couldn't take it no more, so I had to search it up. It's right here, 1 Corinthians chapter 9. And, you know, hey, man, like brothers always say, we do these lessons to study as well. You know, so it's 1 Corinthians 9 and 20. It says, and unto the Jews I became as a Jew, that I might gain the Jews. To them that are under the law, as under the law, that I might gain them that are under the law. To them that are without law, as without law, being not without law to the Most High, but under the law to the Messiah, that I might gain them that are without the law. You know? So, see, beguilement to gain the elect. So that's fishing. See? So we're fishers of the hopeful elect. Now, one more point, because you want to be a great fisher, all right? You don't want to just be going out there and then you don't catch nothing, and you don't catch nothing. You want to actually be a good fisher. You want to be good at everything that you do, you know? For that matter, the scriptures back that up. The scriptures say, whatsoever thy hand findeth, do it with all thy might. You know, when you want to take something serious, all right? So we want to, starting myself first and foremost, perfect our craft of fishing to the best of our ability, and in the forms of what? Studying, watching the Apostle and Elders of Great Millstone, and reading, and just ultimately just staying in the spirit, man. And then when we do these lessons, that's becoming a better fisher. All right, because we don't know who could be watching the lessons, man. Who we could be waking up. So we have to prove ourselves as fishers. And then verse 16, and after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt, and it breaks itself down, because once we become fishers and fish the whole full elect, then we become hunters, and we hunt. But we have to prove ourselves as fishers first. And that reminds me of like how Gad used to be. You had I was reading up on Sitting Bull. You know, I got his book, and ultimately he was part of the Hunk Papa Bad Boy band club. All right, Salaki if I butchered it, but something along those lines. And pretty much it was like the elite bow and arrow men, okay, amongst his nation, amongst the whole nation. All right, the Sioux Nation. Okay, and so ultimately you can't just get in that club. You got to pass other clubs first to get into that club, to get that title, to hang with those men. You know, so, you know, the point I'm trying to make is before we be turned into hunters, we got to prove ourselves as fishers. You know? So, this is because now who the table's going to turn, and we're going to become hunters of well, this is right here. Psalm chapter 149, verses 7. To execute vengeance upon the heathen, you know, and this is prophecy. To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron. See? So this is who we will be hunting according to the scriptures. Their kings and their nobles, the ones that can afford these underground bunkers, you know, and they show, oh, look at my bunker. Some of them underground bunkers have lakes, man. Some of them underground bunkers, they're underground cities, and some of them have lakes with fish. All right, decades, probably centuries of food to last. So they're gonna think that they're good, that they escaped. This is why they're gonna say, come on, man. In Revelation chapter 6, verses 15, this is who we're gonna become hunters for. Now they might have an elite bodyguards force with them. You know, they're old and decrepit. You know, you think they're just going to be alone. They may have trustworthy bodyguard men with a bunch of weaponry. So, how do you think we're going to be able to hunt them down when they'll have those elite? They might have elite special forces with them. We're not going to be able to hunt them down in these bodies. Come on now. You know, we're not gonna get in a helicopter. Brothers got to learn how to fly helicopters, you know, and then we out there with some damn metal detectors. I think I got something over here, y'all. No, we're gonna be giving them elite spiritual spiritual power, Super Saiyan like, X-Men like, Superman like, Brightburn like bodies, man. We just gonna know where they at, and we gonna fly over there. We may a brother might laser beam the door down. A brother may make a wasp nest spawn inside the bunker to where they come running out. Or a brother may make a terrible make skunk spawn in there. That's a terrible thing, man. But these are the powers we're gonna be given to hunt them down. So what? You don't believe in the scriptures now? It says it right here. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 15. And the kings of the earth, all right, who's the kings of the earth? These elite banking families, man. The so-called Illuminati. They're the kings of the earth. So then the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men and the chief captains. See, the chief captains is going to be there. And the mighty men. See? So that's the spirit. The mighty men are going to be there. So how are we going to hunt down mighty men in these bodies that we in now? No, it's impossible. That's why we're going to be given these new bodies, man. To where our man Yahushua say he not going to meet thee as a man. And if we're joint heirs with Yahushua, we're going to be able to get a superpower body just like he has. All right? Or similar. I'll say similar because we're not on the same level as Yahushua, of course. So I'll say similar to what he has, man. So it says, and the mighty men and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. And yeah, they're going to need bondmen because they have that king-like mentality, man. It says, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? You know, it even rhymes, man. So anyhow, going back, but first, in order to get that pleasure, let me speaking of that, because it is indeed a pleasure, but it's a pleasure that has to be earned. It's a rite of passage. There's a price of admission to receive that pleasure, man. And it comes with sacrifice, and it comes with making yourself a prey. It comes with being hated by the world. It comes with maybe even your life. Right? Maybe even our lives. So this is the book of Psalms. Let's see, chapter 59. No, okay. Let me see here. Here, Isaiah 54 and 17. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. All right, so that's our heritage, man. It's part of our heritage, you know, meaning our birthright to have no weapon prosper against us when we shackle their asses when we shackle their asses up, man, for being the fucking wicked, for trying to for stealing our nationality, for everything, man. And oh, here it is right here. It was in the same verse. This is what I really wanted. Psalms 149 and 9. To execute upon them the judgment written, this honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord. So it is an honor, okay, to be able to shackle their asses up, boy. It's right here in the scriptures. You don't believe the scriptures no more? That's your problem. Okay? So, to just wrap it up, we have to prove ourselves as fishers first to be able to hang in this elite club. We got to prove ourselves that we're humble, sincere. So then we're guaranteed to get them spiritual bodies, them spiritual power bodies, man, spiritual powers. We're guaranteed to get it if we can prove ourselves as fishermen first. You know, and it doesn't matter if you only get 1 view, 2 views. That don't mean you're not a fisher. As long as you're doing these works, we're fishers of men. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rocks. Okay? So, you know, this is the patience and part of the patience and the faith of the saints. And we have to work hard to receive that, man. And let me just end it right here. This is my one of my new favorite scriptures, man. In the NLT, 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 10. So, dear brothers and sisters, work hard to prove that you really are among those the Most High has called and chosen. So if you're working hard, you're proving that you are a part of what the Most High called and chosen, man. If you work hard with 100% truth, 100% sincerity, man, 100% fear of Yahweh Shem Shai, then you really are proving that you're called and chosen. And if you work hard doing the works, so do these things and you will never fall away. Okay? Now, if you take the MO to the TB, you're guaranteed to fall away. So if we do these things, we're guaranteed that we will never take the MO to the TB, man, no matter what. But once we're edifying with that, I'm going to say shalom.